Doug Lesmerises and Stephen Means here in the Woody Hayes Athletic Center on Tuesday. After we spoke with Ryan Day, Jim Knowles, head coach of the defense, also spoke to reporters, and he said an interesting thing, Stephen. He said, on game day, the mistakes are my fault. He tells his players that if you make a mistake in the game, it's on me for not having you ready. We got a very sort of, again, like serious version of Jim Knowles in his 20 minutes, not here to mess around. I'm sure coaches have said things like that before. I don't know. I liked it.
It's kind of I don't know if I liked it. It was an interesting thing to say. I think I get what he's trying to say in the sense that, first of all, if he didn't think you're ready, you shouldn't be out there. So it's his fault for putting you in that position. If that's how you want to put it, then fine. But also, especially in week one, you've been preparing for this game for 9 months. I don't know if it's okay to put some of the onus on the player for not paying attention the last 9 months and being out of position. But I get it. We're still talking about college kids here, so there is an element of, you praise the kid when he does something awesome while you rip the assistant coach when they do something bad.
He also talked about playing Tyler Buchner, the Notre Dame quarterback. He's a first-year starting quarterback. He played a little bit last year. You were actually asking him about that idea. What's it like kind of preparing for that? I asked him about, hey, you've been doing this for 35 years, but now you're at Ohio State. What's that like? The thing with Jim Knowles, everything goes back to the process is the same, right? And he sort of said that about the stage of this game, and he said about preparing for a guy in Tyler Buchner who's a talented dude but has never started a game before.
Yeah, I think the direct quote was the process is the same. The expectations are just different, which is the true point. It's just more people are watching you, but just do the same thing that got you here, and you should be fine. I did find it interesting that he didn't necessarily see a benefit for playing a first-time starting quarterback because we talked a lot last year about C.J. Stroud being in that position, and maybe it's a benefit for Minnesota having to go up against that. But hearing a guy who's been doing this for 35 years say it's actually more of a detriment because you don't have a lot to go off of, that's an interesting way to look at it.
We'll remember a year ago, C.J. Stroud was okay in the first half against Minnesota and then was really good in the second half against Minnesota. Keep that in mind as you watch Tyler Buchner start his first game against Ohio State on Saturday night. And one other thing, just these little tidbits, right? Paris Johnson was talking about a practice, Ohio State's left tackle, that the defense ran the same play, he said, like multiple times in a row, and the offense didn't realize it. And it's because the offense was doing things, there were different looks, but the defense kept doing the same. We're talking about disguising a lot. Get ready for some disguise from Jim Knowles and the Ohio State Buckeyes. Also, look for Jim Knowles if you can find him. We don't know where he's going to be. Is he going to be in the press backs calling plays? Is he going to be on the field calling plays? He was asked about that, and he's like, well, no, we still have to work it out. And someone said, well, why is it taking so long? He's like, I have it figured out. I'm just not telling you guys. So we don't know where he's going to be, but that'll be very curious for us to find out how he's going to be calling this defense. He's Stephen Means. I'm Doug Lesmerises. Nathan Baird will be along the rest of this week. Read cleveland.com/OSU. Listen to the Buckeye Talk podcast every day and try the text at 614-350-3315.